Do films have an influence on morals? They certainly have an influence on moral thinking. They're certainly one of the things that we use as a tool to ponder moral questions. Films, I mean, a lot of the Judd Apatow films are dreadfully conventional. When you look at them, it's all about forming a family. No matter how much outre stuff comes before. In Bridesmaids, they want to get married. They don't want to go off and be independent. Movies are often a reflection of moral ideas that are floating around. Movies tend not to want to offend too much. I think we're more interesting and more exploratory in TV these days than in films.
Personally, no, because it's just a movie, and just think it's a movie. But as a generation, yeah, because a lot of people seem to sometimes want to have an experience like that sometimes.
I'll say no, because none of that happened, you know.
Yeah, it is just a movie. What you believe and what you do is up to you. It's not a movie. It's just a movie.
It didn't happen the way the movie said it. It's obviously.
I think it still has an effect, even though it's not the kind where I want to go out and do that stuff. Even though I still make my own decisions, it kind of influences me in a way where I don't want to be like that, or I don't want to go to wild parties and get drunk and smoke and, like you said, Project X is cool. Didn't they have like a flame girl?
Oh yeah.
And they were shooting flames. I don't want to do stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, besides the flames, but I mean everything else just wrong.
Yeah. I think it gives some people who aren't really knowledgeable about stuff like that a false sense of reality. Like telling them if they do stuff like that, like in the movies, maybe the type of punishment where in reality, where they really get in trouble, it wouldn't happen since it was a movie. Like everything was alright, and that's not true at all.
I also think if it's a comedy movie, it's supposed to be funny. It's not supposed to be taken seriously.
Oh, yes, I am the best, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a tit. That is a tit.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, you're so big.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right, baby.
Oh, dog, you want to hide his bone?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I'm bone smuggling, baby.
Man, would you shut up?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Jimmy. Just wanted to say sweet dreams.
Yeah, sweet dreams. Good night, Mom.
Yes, good night.
Come on.
Yeah.
Something wrong with the reception?
Yeah. There's this nature show
Take it
that
off.
I'm trying to watch, and the birds are all scrambled, and I can't even...
Do me. Yes.
Thing
Baby, ride me like a pony.
must be broken. I sat on the remote or something.
Ready for bed, son?
Yep, I'm all set, Dad. All set. Yeah.
No, I think he's trying to watch some illegal channels here.
Illegal channels?
This is just bad reception, honey.
I'm gonna smack my hairy ass.
What's that?
Oh, baby.
You know what? Here, just give me this, please.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And let's get this.
Yeah.
Oh.
No. Yes.
Okay. Let's. What the hell's the matter with this thing?
I'm not a sitcom guy, but it's pretty accepted that we would not have gay marriage in this country if it were not for Will and Grace. It served a huge purpose, and it's not dissimilar to during the 60s and 70s when networks very deliberately introduced African American characters into their shows and had a huge rate of accelerating integration. Entertainment can certainly have that, a positive effect or a negative effect. Go to another Apatow movie, go to Knocked Up, which I found appalling because it was so skewed not to even mention abortion beyond a passing reference. What's happened is that in fear of losing the anti-abortion money at the box office. You can tell a let's have a baby story. You can't tell a we need an abortion story, and it's had this hugely negative anti-abortion effect on the country. So yeah, if you only hear one side of the debate, it's going to move people, whether they realize it being moved or not.
I'm waiting for somebody to actually have some good ones, and a movie that's popular among people our age.
Yep, I'm looking forward to a movie coming out where they're actually doing realistic things that is achievable and not against the law, or just all these different things that someone our age, that it's popular, just like you said, popular in our age group or whatever, that we can look up to instead of looking up to these movies that are ridiculous and over the top and substance abuse and all those other things.
I don't want to see no more vampire or zombie movies either.
Oh my God.
Sick and tired of that.
Twilight, best series ever.
No. I think we need more Inception movies.
Yep.
Ooh, yeah.
More Inception
Inception,
movies.
1 through 10.
Inception.
Oh, it's like college.
All right, I want to talk about something.
All right.
I'd like to say something that I've prepared tonight.
All right, Alan.
Hello. How about that ride in? I guess that's why they call it Sin City. You guys might not know this, but I consider myself a bit of a loner. I tend to think of myself as a one-man wolf pack. But when my sister brought Doug home, I knew he was one of my own. And my wolf pack, it grew by one. So there were two of us in the wolf pack. I was alone first in the pack, and then Doug joined in later. And 6 months ago, when Doug introduced me to you guys, I thought, wait a second, could it be? And now I know for sure, I just added 2 more guys to my wolf pack.
All right.
4 of us wolves running around the desert together in Las Vegas, looking for strippers and cocaine. So tonight, I make a toast.
What? What do you got there?
Oh, yeah!
Oh, fuck
Yeah.
What are you doing? What is that?
Blood Brothers.
No! Damn it! Why did you...
Here.
Alan,
No,
I'm
Alan.
not doing
that. Go ahead, Stuart.
Make him stop. Alan, we're not going to cut ourselves. Give me the knife. Slowly. Thank you. Okay.
Well, again, you know, clearly movies and perhaps television more than movies. Movies have had an enormous influence on our acceptance of gays. If you go back to, and unfortunately I'm not going to be able to just think of chapter and verse, but if you go back to the feminist era movies, I mean, I can, you know, films like An Unmarried Woman had a huge effect at establishing equality for women in the workplace and in society.
Every movie has alcohol as some form of like substance. Now I would say abuse, but substance use in it.
And it'll show people having a good time under those substances or something like that. And then people watch, the viewers want to reenact that or be in that situation, and it doesn't always go that way.
A story of how life imitates Hollywood with disastrous results. It's a wildly popular movie about an out-of-control teen party full of boozing, drugs, and big-ticket destruction. The movie characters get away with just a hangover, but for real-life teens copying these parties this spring break, the consequences are far more serious. ABC's Ryan Owens shows us what happens when kids try this at home.
To the break of dawn, yo!
If you're a teenager, Project X is a comedy. If you're a parent, it is the scariest of horror movies.
Here's $40, and my car is off limits.
The film, which opened 2 weeks ago, tells the story of 3 teenage dorks who throw an epic house party while mom and dad are out of town.
Just big enough to be cool.
It's supposed to make them popular. Instead, it makes a massive mess. And it turns out the house in the movie isn't the only one getting trashed.
Project X.
Last week, this Florida teen posted a YouTube invitation to his own Project X party.
Something insane.
A tour of a foreclosed home outside Miami that police say he vandalized. Police arrested the would-be host Monday morning, before his party happened. But no one told the nearly 2,000 people who showed up later that night. In Houston, the trend took a fatal turn. After a Project X party invitation went viral on Facebook and Twitter, almost 1,000 people showed up at this empty mansion. When police tried to break it up, one partygoer started shooting. 18-year-old Ryan Spikes was killed. He was a senior in high school on the football team just months from graduation.
It's a tragedy. Somebody lost their child, which could have been avoided.
Also in the Houston area, look at what happened to this home 2 weeks ago.
There was a wild party that got out of control. The interior of the home was just destroyed.
Mark Stevens is a retired detective turned private investigator who was hired to find out who did it.
We came back the very next night hoping or figuring that they would come back, and they did. You know, I asked them why, what was this all about, and they said Project X.
I think people who make movies gravely underestimate the intelligence of people our age. Like, they always dumb down stuff or try to simplify it to where they think we can't understand it if they put anything of real value in the movie, you know?
The function of art is to ask questions and make people think about real hard stuff. And it's not to come down with judgments. And we're doing that pretty well, I think.
You're gonna fuck on me? Nobody's gonna fuck on you! We're on your side! I hate Godzilla! I hate him too! I hate him! He destroys cities! Please! This isn't your fault. I'll get you some pants. Oh!